The Trump immigration crackdown, citizenship, good moral character, and rising denials. Immigrants are facing new hurdles that are tougher than ever before. Citizenship tests are being rewritten. Good moral character rules are stricter. Denials are climbing. Detention centers are overwhelmed. This is the reality under President Trump's immigration policies. Today we will explain these changes in detail and show what they mean for applicants, families, and communities across the country. The new citizenship test, higher barriers ahead. The naturalization test has long been an important milestone in the journey to citizenship. Now, the Trump administration is redesigning it into a far more challenging process. Officials claim the revisions are about strengthening civic knowledge and protecting the integrity of citizenship. Immigrant advocates say the real purpose is to raise the bar and exclude more applicants. The new format replaces open-ended answers with multiple-choice questions. While some may find this easier, it disadvantages applicants less familiar with exams, including older immigrants and those with limited education. There is also a new oral reading section meant to test English ability. Critics argue this unfairly punishes immigrants who never received advanced schooling but who contribute significantly in their daily lives. The civics content has shifted toward a heavier focus on founding documents and government structure. For many applicants, this knowledge feels distant from the lived reality of being part of American society. Although USCIS has not announced a formal launch date, officials have suggested the changes could begin within the year. This leaves a narrow window for eligible residents to apply. For those already qualified, applying sooner could make the difference between passing under today's test or facing the much tougher version that is still to come. Stricter good moral character rules. The second major change involves the good moral character requirement for citizenship. Historically, this focused on serious crimes like fraud, trafficking, or violent convictions. Under Trump, the standard has broadened dramatically. Officers are now directed to examine a much wider range of conduct, extending far beyond traditional measures of criminal wrongdoing. Marijuana use is now considered disqualifying even in states where it is fully legal. Unpaid taxes or debts, once minor issues, can now block an otherwise eligible applicant. Even small paperwork errors or inconsistencies on immigration forms may be flagged as signs of poor character. Selective service non-registration carries more weight than it did before. This means someone who worked for decades, raised a family, and paid into the system can suddenly be deemed unfit for citizenship because of one overlooked issue. Advocates insist this expansion is not about protecting citizenship. Instead, they argue it is about reducing the number of future citizens and making naturalization more selective. Applicants should prepare carefully. Tax issues should be resolved in advance. Records must be checked for accuracy. And anyone with potential problems should consult an attorney before filing. Head Start program victory. Not every recent update has been restrictive. In a major court victory, a federal judge blocked an attempt to exclude undocumented children from the Head Start preschool program. The judge ruled the Department of Health and Human Services exceeded its authority. As a result, immigrant parents can continue enrolling their children without fear of rejection or exclusion. This ruling is particularly significant for low-income immigrant families. Early childhood education access often determines whether children succeed in school and break cycles of poverty later in life. TPS protections restored. Temporary protected status has been the subject of confusion and litigation for years. Venezuelan and Haitian recipients have faced particular uncertainty about their legal standing. Recently, a federal judge ordered DHS to clarify its guidance. The ruling confirmed TPS holders are lawfully present, eligible to work, and protected from deportation while their protections remain active. For thousands of families, this decision brought immediate relief. After years of uncertainty, they now have stability and security, at least for the short term. Still, advocates caution that TPS is not permanent. Without legislative reform, protections could again be rolled back or left to expire depending on political winds. ICE enforcement surge and detention crisis. Trump's immigration enforcement playbook has also intensified ICE activity. Arrests have surged in multiple regions, particularly around Washington, D.C., leaving detention centers dangerously overcrowded. Conditions inside many facilities have been described as unsanitary and unsafe. Detainees report limited hygiene supplies, poor medical care, and restricted access to attorneys during critical stages of their cases. Processing delays make matters worse. Many immigrants now spend months in custody without clarity about when or how their cases will move forward. Advocates argue these conditions violate constitutional rights and create unnecessary suffering. Families are disrupted, and the immigration courts struggle under the heavy caseload. Carrying valid documents is essential in this environment. Green cards, work permits, or any proof of lawful status should be kept up to date and accessible. Protection for unaccompanied minors. In Arizona, a federal court blocked DHS from deporting unaccompanied minors from Central America. Children from Guatemala and Honduras are now shielded from immediate removal. The ruling requires DHS to ensure safe repatriation procedures and provide legal access before deportations proceed. For now, these children remain in shelters or foster placements. Although the decision offers short-term safety, it does not provide lasting solutions. Without broader reforms, thousands of children remain in limbo, unsure of what their futures hold. The Trump immigration playbook. Most of these changes are not new laws. They are administrative decisions, reinterpretations, and policy memos issued by agencies like USCIS and DHS. This strategy allows rapid implementation without needing Congress. It also means the rules can be reversed more easily, but immigrants must still live under them today. The result is uncertainty. Applicants who qualify on paper may suddenly find themselves denied because of shifting interpretations or technical issues that never mattered in the past. How policies affect your applications. Applicants now face longer and more probing interviews for naturalization and green cards. Officers dig deeper, searching for inconsistencies or details that raise suspicion. Requests for evidence and notices of intent to deny have become more frequent. Even routine cases may be slowed by additional demands for paperwork and supporting documentation. Marriage-based green card applicants face the toughest scrutiny. Couples are questioned more aggressively, sometimes separately, to prove their marriages are genuine beyond doubt. Expanded good moral character checks amplify the risks. Something minor, like unpaid taxes or past marijuana use, can now be decisive in whether an application is approved or denied. ICE officers also have broader discretion to detain and deport. Long-term residents without valid documents on hand risk detention during routine encounters, even if they have lived in the U.S. for years. Denial rates are rising. Data confirms that denials are climbing. Green card renewal denials rose from 4% to nearly 7%. Fiancé visa denials jumped from 21% to more than 32%. Green card adjustment denials increased from just over 8% to nearly 11%. While these changes may appear small, they represent thousands of additional families denied. Applicants increasingly feel that the system is less predictable. Meeting eligibility requirements no longer guarantees success under today's restrictive climate. What this means for immigrants. The overall picture is clear. Naturalization and permanent residency are becoming harder. Eligible green card holders should act quickly before stricter rules and tests take full effect. For families, the Head Start ruling ensures continued access to early education. For TPS holders, the court's order provides security and clarity for the near future. Detention conditions, however, continue to worsen. Overcrowding, lack of counsel, and poor hygiene remain major risks. And children remain stuck in uncertain futures despite temporary protections. Final thoughts. Trump's immigration approach relies on executive actions and reinterpretations. These policies may be temporary, but their impact is immediate for those applying today. Preparation is the strongest defense. Filing early, staying informed, and consulting attorneys when necessary are the best ways to navigate the current system successfully. Immigrants who act now can still succeed. Those who delay may face barriers that only grow higher with time. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon for future updates. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.